Good evening. Alberta Health Services is warning Central Alberta residents after a case of the Hantavirus was confirmed. Officials say they can't say exactly where the infected person lives, but it is in the region that includes Lloydminster, Vermilion, Kitscoty, and Wainwright. Hantavirus is when the feces of infected mice becomes airborne. Symptoms are similar to having the flu. While infection is rare, it could be fatal. If you need a prescription refilled or even a needle, a visit to the doctor's office isn't necessarily needed. Earlier this week, Alberta pharmacists have been given the go-ahead to provide 7 additional services. But as Nairman Issa reports, not all pharmacists are on board.
Albertans can now visit their pharmacist for prescription renewal and 6 other health services. Pharmacists have been doing the extra duties for years, but now they'll be paid for them.
When we do something like actually pay a pharmacist to renew a prescription, which is within their scope of practice, we then help free up a doctor's time to see patients with more complex needs.
While the province thinks wait times will be reduced, one local doctor doesn't think that's the case, but says it is an improvement.
It may not reduce the wait time, but at least the patients will go without. Patients will go will have medications on hand and not go without medications. Yeah. So, my opinion, it is not a bad thing.
Newcap Television tried to speak with several pharmacists, but they didn't want to go on camera. They say they're still not 100% sure how this new initiative will work, which is something that came as a surprise for the head of the Pharmacists Association.
Throughout this whole transition process, it's always been a challenge to get timely information out to pharmacists, just given the nature of negotiations with government. No doubt there's a lot of work and learning curve, but I think it's well appreciated.
The cost of expanding services pharmacists can bill for will be covered primarily from savings gained from the reduction of generic drug prices the province has to pay. The government will save about $85 million over the next year. Nairman Issa, Newcap News.
Construction of the new Ecole St. Thomas Elementary School in Lloydminster is right on track, according to district officials. The French Immersion Catholic School is closing its doors at its 39th Street location next summer and reopening near Holy Rosary.
So we have one more year to get the building all finished, all moved in, and then move Ecole St. Thomas over. The old building, the board will be releasing information next fall with its concrete plans in terms of that transitional piece.
Robertson says the recent rainfall has pushed construction back, but not enough to have a huge effect on the project. The new school is slated to open its doors in the fall of 2013. School is out and families are beginning to take their much-needed summer vacations, but how many are choosing the border city as their destination? In the month of June, Lloydminster was averaging around 400 visitors per day, which is a normal number.
We're about up 6% in Alberta visitor parties, but we're down about 30% in people just traveling to Saskatchewan. So it's probably been pretty good, pretty standard.
Travis says that number is expected to reach up to 800 people per day in the coming weeks, with the current hotspots being Bud Miller Park and the Bar Colony Centre. Meantime, the event of the year, the summer event of the year is fast approaching. Of course, we're talking about the Colonial Days Fair, which kicks off next Wednesday with the annual parade. And as the exhibition grounds staff gear up to host folks from all over, they're looking for a little bit of help deciding on the first ever mascot.
We've never really had a fun, exciting face to Colonial Days, and so this year we thought we would do a promotion and we would get the community to decide for us what the face of the fair would be. And so we have 3 finalists. We have Buck the Bronco, Stan the Steer, and Exhibition Evan.
To vote, you can come on down to the grounds and fill out a ballot form or get on social media to make your selection.
We have our Facebook page. We have an album on our Facebook page dedicated to the mascots. So all you have to do is click on the picture of the mascot that you like. Just like it. That will register your vote. You can also Twitter, use Twitter at LloydEXH, and you can just hashtag Stan the Steer, hashtag Exhibition Evan or hashtag Buck the Bronco.
The mascot will be chosen next Saturday and will be developed over the next year to represent the fall